Right, session number 4. Really excited to have you guys all here. Awesome. Must be good if you're still hanging around. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Today's going to be quite a fun day. So I hope you guys are starting to see where we're going with this. What we've done so far is we've created the beginnings of a machine. So as I always say, I always encourage you guys, just book this time off every Wednesday and just focus on lead generation. For the first half an hour, focus on technique. On the second half an hour, Q&A. And even if you just invite people, add them to your machine. So far, you guys have learned how to build a machine. And if you just do what you've learned so far, you'll make a good go of it. It'll work well, and you'll be happy with that. But really what we want to start to get into some more advanced and some really cool stuff. But it all comes down to that diligence. Just book that time off in your diary and just focus on lead generation, sales, pipeline management, prospecting, whatever the heck you want to call it, and just basically make it happen. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through a bit of fun, and we're going to start the process of preparing for the advanced stuff. And what the advanced stuff is going to do is it's going to show you how to take the messages we learned last week and how to write those professional insight messages, which is not easy. It's simple, but not easy, and actually get even higher results by doing something really special at the beginning. And I'm going to teach you how to rewrite your invitation messages and your acceptance messages and your custom messages, and they're going to be even better. And the custom messages, which we learned last week, is pretty much on the same idea, just some more advanced features. So by the time you're really good at this, guys, you're literally going to be going invite, accept, send messages, type. And if you just follow that process, you'll be between 70 and 80% of your way through your prospecting. Further down the line, we're going to have to teach you some extra techniques, like what to do when people start conversing with you. When do you ask for the phone call? When do we get on the phone call? When do we do things like LinkedIn voice messages? Did you know that you could sell your entire product or service without ever pitching your product or service? It's actually possible. In other words, you'll actually be selling with never, ever selling. And I'm going to actually do a whole session just on that. In other words, when you get on the phone call with someone, you're not going to talk about your product or service. You're only going to talk about them and their pain. Meanwhile, they in the background, either during or after that call, are then going to quietly go and research you and see what you do and actively look to find a way to do business with you. It sounds flippin' mad, but you can actually generate sales without actually selling your product or service, because you as a human being focus on the emotional side of the sell, getting to know people, building your trusted relationship one-on-one, while your sales collateral, which is the machine that we're building in the background, does the rational sell for you. Interesting idea, hey guys, and this is what I want you guys to get your head around. My God, I can actually sell without ever talking about my product or service. On one hand, that sounds crazy, but on the other hand, it sounds like a dream come true. So it really is, and this is what we're going to be working on over the coming weeks as we start to get really, really advanced. But today is going to be fun. So we're going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to break into groups. We're going to break into groups, but I'm going to show you also how to do something called circles. If you guys did your homework and you learned how to use circles, you will see that a little very interesting and very cool little tool exists on the My Most Trusted app. So right here, we have something called chat circles. Now, what I want you guys to do just now is we're going to break into small little groups. And in those small little groups, we're going to create a little chat circle. So one of you just can sort of take the lead and be the one to create the circle and connect with each other on LinkedIn first. So you're going to share. So let's say you're in groups of 3, right? Share your LinkedIn profiles. So get your LinkedIn profiles ready. Connect with people on LinkedIn. Add them to your trusted connections. And then one of you just needs to create a chat circle. Now, the reason for creating this chat circle is that you guys are going to help each other. It's not just about networking, but it's about as a sounding board. Because as we start to get a little bit more advanced and I show you how to build the machine, you guys can help each other. Hey, Simon, what did you think of my captivating one-liner? Yeah, Sally, I really liked it, but I think you should try this way. What do you think of this message that I sent out? Do you think it'll work before I send it out? Yeah, I like that. Maybe change that. Little groups where you guys can help each other and also advocate for each other. So there is a bit of networking involved, but I want you guys to form little groups because it's really going to show you how you guys can help each other with what's to come. So let's quickly show you how chat circles work. Now, we're going to create, I'll just show you how to make one quickly, and then you guys will make it yourself. But just to reiterate, the steps that you guys will be taking with regards to your circles are, number one, when you go into a breakout room, share each other's LinkedIn profiles. Everybody invite each other to LinkedIn and accept each other's LinkedIn invitation. That's step one, connect with each other on LinkedIn. Step two, remember how I told you back in the day, add to trusted connections. Use the add to trusted connections tab and off you go. Once you've added each other to your trusted connections tab, now you can then create a circle, which is step number three. So there's two ways of creating circles. The easiest way is to go to create circle. The other way is if you actually click on this little icon at the top, that'll also show you how to do it. There'll be a little click here button once you create them. So you go create a circle. So let's say, for example, I'm going to create a circle, and the name I suggest you give is the names of the people in your circle. So when you get into random breakout rooms, we can go, okay, my name is going to be Cherie, Ruan, Scott, for example. And then all I do is I type in here. They will only appear in here if they are in your trusted connections or the trusted connections of your trusted connections. So you can create a really nice series and group of people that will then allow you guys to set up your trusted connections. Okay, so let me just try and do that again quickly. Okay, so I've added Cherie and I've added Run. There we go. Create circle. Really, really simple. And now you've created a little chat circle. And now within that little chat circle, you can create a conversation. So it's going to appear on the left-hand side here. You can edit your circle, call members, etc., etc. Guys, this is completely free in the app, hey? Totally free. So you don't have to worry about being a professional user or anything like that. You guys can basically just use this as you see fit. So here's Cherie and Run. There we go. Now what I can do is I can click under here called Start Conversation. And what you can, guys, you can say, I could say, for example, intro and welcome. And I can then go, welcome, guys. And one thing you can also do is you can copy and paste screen grabs, which is quite useful into here. It's a little bit like a WhatsApp group. The difference is you can have different conversations within a circle. So I've just created a brand new conversation. So I've got a circle, okay, with myself, Cherie, Ruan, Scott. Okay. But in that circle, you can create multiple conversations. So for example, this is a tech support one that I've got. And there's a bunch of these. So you can create multiple conversations within here. So you can see I've got my developer on board. And what you can then do is you can literally add or remove people from the circle as you go along. So there it is now. It just might take a second to pull up. Loaded that screen grab, and there's my intro and welcome. So here it is, Cherie, Scott, Run, and you guys can then create these circles and help each other. So the reason for today is I just want you to have some fun. I want to start forming little groups, and then we're going to start preparing, which I'm going to talk about now, what's coming and what your homework is around the captivating one-liner, which we're going to start working with. So the idea behind the circles, let's break into groups just now, help each other, form these little circles. But the first thing we want to help each other with is what is the captivating one-liner going to be? All right, so let me go and talk about that. Now we start getting advanced. Remember your original invitation message when you went out and started inviting people on LinkedIn. Your invitation message was, hi, so-and-so, hi, Simon, hi, Sally, I'd love to connect with you, whatever your standard LinkedIn message is. There's a way of making that invitation message so much better. All you do is you change your invitation message to, hi, Sally, I've just written an article, or I've just written or made a video, or I've just written a white paper, or whatever it happens to be. I've just written a blog post entitled headline. That headline is a captivating one-liner. The power of that captivating one-liner is so important because if it's good, you're going to find people are going to click. Now, just to get a little bit technical again, to go back to the app, what the plan is, right, is on LinkedIn, you're going to go back and you're going to adapt your invitation message under settings. Remember we did the invitation message, acceptance message, etc., etc. You're going to go back and you're going to change your invitation message. So this is what I do. Here's an example. Hi, name. I've just written a controversial article titled UK Software Companies. You're really smart and technically brilliant. Your product is innovative and invaluable. So why are you struggling to sell it? I'd love to share it with you via LinkedIn email if that's okay, Scotty. This is change. Now you see how you've adapted. The power of the captivating one-liner is going to get you to do less work and let the captivating one-liner and the work that you've put into the collateral that we're going to show you how to make, that's where the power is going to come from. Do you see how this comes together, guys? This is going to get you clicks because what you've done is you've reached out to somebody and you said, I understand your industry. I understand who you are. I know what your pain is. And I've written an article around your pain. The captivating one-liner is never, ever about your product or service. It's always about their pain. Now, because people get inundated on LinkedIn, this little gem is going to start getting you clicks. And in your acceptance message, once they've accepted your LinkedIn connection, all you need to do is say, hi, name. As promised, you can read my article, UK Software Companies. You're smart and brilliant. Your product is innovative and brilliant. So why are you struggling to sell it here? And then a tracking link. Now, the tracking link is going to automatically be created. I'm going to show you how to create those tracking links over the coming weeks to come. It's going to notify you in real time when somebody's clicked on that link. So let me just try and frame this all for you very quickly. Separate to our little groups that we're going to form later. And this is why we need to form groups, because you guys can use each other as a sounding board and to help each other in those chat circles. We're going to work on a captivating one-liner for each of you. You're going to get your captivating one-liner, sound it by the other people in your group, come up with something very bold and very powerful, and then use that captivating one-liner to reach out to people on LinkedIn. And all you're saying to them is, hey guys, I'm Scott. I've just written an article specifically for you. That's it. And the headline is so powerful that they have to click because it's captivating, it's compelling. You're then going to be notified in real time when they click on that link, which means that your sales pipeline is starting to move down because you're starting to track engagement. Now, remember what I told you before, guys, 19 out of 20 people in your sales conversion gap in that top of your sales pipeline, 19 out of 20 of them are not going to jump in your lap and go, please phone me now, phone me now. You need to work with them and you need to work on them in order to proactively get them to come out of that gap and onto a phone call or meeting. The way that you're going to do that is you're going to follow this process. But to begin with, you don't talk about your product or service, guys. Why? Because there's this amazing thing called your LinkedIn profile staring at them in the face. They know what you do. If they read your article, they will see what you do, not by reading your article, but they will understand what you do from your LinkedIn profile. They'll know you, they'll know who you are. You'll build trust and credibility with them, but you're never selling to them at all. All you're doing is you're building your personal credibility in their eyes as somebody who understands their pain. Does this make sense, guys? This is going to be one of your keys. Then it's notifying you in real time when they click on that message and while they're reading your article or whether they've read your article or not. Now what you've got is you've got invitations, right? You've got people who've accepted. Now you're going to start being able to move them into high quality contacts. And from high quality contacts, you're going to be able to say which ones of you have actually clicking and engaging with my article, who have started to reply to me saying, yes, send it. Oh, that was a nice article. Thumbs up. Who's clicked it? A lot of people are going to read your article or whatever your captivating one-liner content is. A lot of them are going to read it, but they're not going to tell you that they've read it, but you're going to know because you're going to see that they've clicked. That means you now need to reach out to them and start working on that message that we worked on last week, that professional insight message. Hope this is making sense. I'm going to go through it again just so you guys understand, because once you've built this machine, it's unbelievable how well it works. Like to the point where your sales pipeline is going to build itself. So remember, guys, under target and sales funnel, you've got your pending invitations and you've gone click, invite, click, invite, and you're going to change it over the coming weeks. You're going to change that invitation under settings to reflect your captivating one-liner. Then you're going to send them your acceptance messages after checking to see how many have accepted. Already gone through this before. You know how the machine works. This should be easy for you. You've then moved them down into high quality contacts, but now you've already set them up with a captivating one-liner. Now, a captivating one-liner could be many things. For example, if you have a look at scottcundill.com, I've done a whole bunch of video interviews at scottcundill.com, and you can see some of the videos I've done with people, 12-minute video interviews, and there's a whole lot of them here as well. And you can have a look. So your content could be a video interview potentially, or it could be a video that you make. It could be an article, and some of the articles that we do for our clients, really, we try to make them look good. Why? Because it's your credibility on the line. So let me just pick one randomly here. So here's an example. SEO Lord's Prayer. Please, God, don't ask me to do SEO on Shopify. So we've got hundreds of these examples, but this is an example of a captivating one-liner. So I want you guys to think about your captivating one-liner and really try and nail it over the coming week. Use your little group that we're going to go to now as a sounding board to help you guys out. Meet people, start chatting with them, build a little community, have some fun. And then what you can start to do is we can start to turn your captivating one-liner into actual content. And the content might be an article. It could be a video interview. It could be a blog post. It could be a white paper. It depends on you and your business. But this title means everything, absolutely everything. So you see how it's coming together. Before you do any more invitations, I want you guys to start thinking about your captivating one-liner and getting this right first. Then we're going to start to put together your sales pipeline and move people down your sales pipeline on LinkedIn, from invitations to acceptances, high quality contacts to great conversations, following the process. But this time you're going to see a radically improved result. So you guys hopefully did your homework and you've already written a few messages to high quality contacts from the technique I showed you last week, how to write those professional insight messages. You might have already got a bit of a response. You might not have. It doesn't matter. They were practice. You will find that if your invitation and your acceptance message was around a really, really good article, then you send out that professional insight message, your results go through the roof because you're specifically talking about your pain point and you're establishing your credibility. Does this make sense, guys? I hope it is starting to come together now. So I don't want you to be daunted, because I don't want you to think, oh my gosh, I now have to write this really long article, or I have to make a video or a video interview or something like that. There are shortcuts around that. And we're going to work on that next week as to potentially, but ideally you need you need something for them to click to. So at the very least, do a nice blog post with 3 or 4 paragraphs, a nice image that creates a professional insight into the pain that is identified within your captivating one-liner. Hopefully this is making sense. Hopefully it's starting to kind of resonate, guys. I know it's a little bit tricky now. Didn't say this was easy. That's why every single week we're going to come back and I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. So that's why we have these sessions, to really nail this and get it right. And you can't really go wrong, guys. What's the worst that can happen? You do a bunch of LinkedIn connections, you send a few messages, you don't get a response, but you've never hurt your reputation. You haven't gone to 500 people in your industry and spammed the living daylights out of them and crushed your reputation and shattered it into smithereens. What you've done is you've showed them something that is professional and insightful, and you're going to gauge to see whether they click. And I'm going to show you how to create those tracking links and how this is all going to come together. Remember, we've also got a mobile app, so you can also do your leads via the mobile app. It's going to get quite technical. It's going to get interesting, but it's also going to be fun. But once you know it, it's all going to go really, really, really smoothly. Okay. So in order to help you guys for next week, your homework is to do a couple of things. Number one is obviously join a chat circle. For those who are not with us today in person, it would be great for you to come and join a group. Let's add, let's see if we can get you onto one of these chat groups. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. It's always nice to create one of these. You can also contact me directly and I can add you to a chat circle potentially. I can introduce you to some people. But the community is really going to help you guys. Just make sure you're getting it right and give you guys a sounding board to work with. So just to reiterate, from a homework perspective, what we want to do is before you start actually doing your captivating one-liner, I want you guys to think about your captivating one-liner. And to think about your captivating one-liner, I would like you guys to go to the madge3.com website and read my ebook, which is only 15 minutes and it's also free. Scroll down to the bottom. Yeah, the captivating one-liner. And just read it. It's 15 to 20 minutes, that's all. And it's going to give you a whole bunch of examples about what makes a great captivating one-liner, why you're using it, etc. The captivating one-liner is the game changer. If you want to contact me personally and set up a one-to-one, I'm happy to coach you one-on-one on how to get your captivating one-liner sorted out. If you want to short circuit the process, that's great. But really what you want to end up with, guys, at the end of the day is you need a piece of content, whether it's a video or an article, that really makes you look good. Believe it or not, guys, you looking good, not just visually good, but you actually looking good and credible and trustworthy is the number one most important part of this process, because your goal is to go as far as you can in the sales process without ever mentioning your product or service. It sounds crazy. All you're going to do is talk about their pain, their problem. And that's what it does. That's what the captivating one-liner does. It shows you in a very credible way that you understand their pain. And there are many, many examples within my ebook on the madge3.com website. Let me just show you a couple more very quickly. Let's pick a couple of examples. I mean, manufacturing industry, juice, wine, and beverage manufacturers, rubber contamination of your product could poison your reputation. So once again, these guys sell pumps. This article, not about pumps. It's about the pain of what juice, wine, and beverage manufacturers. And this is also one of the most important things to do with a captivating one-liner is you need to target a particular niche. And I'm going to finish off with that. So your homework today, read my ebook, start thinking about your captivating one-liner. But what I really want you to think about from a captivating one-liner perspective is I want you to think about your niche industry. You're a small business owner. You don't want a niche because you want to just be everything to everyone. And that's fine. Your business can stay like that. But if you want this methodology I'm teaching you to work, you need to go niche. You need to either target a job title, like target CEOs or IT directors or CIOs, and industries. I prefer industries. If you look for a particular industries, like owners and CEOs of a particular manufacturers or textiles or whoever it's going to be, construction, who is it going to be? If you know who that niche is going to be, that is really going to help you. Because if you look at your sales pipeline, right? Remember when we did your sales pipeline, 1,000 people at the top should lead you to your 30, 40, or 50 sales at the bottom. So 1,000 LinkedIn invitations will eventually get you your 40, 50 clients per year, whatever it happens to be. There are far more than 1,000 people out there on LinkedIn for you to invite, even if you go so niche, you're only focusing on a tiny audience. In other words, you don't need to be everything to everyone. Think about it, guys. If you reach out to somebody and you tell them that you get their industry, surely they're more likely to be receptive to your message. If someone reached out to you and said, I get your industry, and actually mentioned your industry, you're more likely to take note because it's specifically for you. It's more tailored to you. This is what we're trying to do. If you show people that you get the pain and you get their industry, or you know what their specific job title is going through right now, virtual assistants, I know the sheer frustration of having a slow computer, for example, whatever it happens to be, you're talking about their pain. If they click on that captivating one-liner, it means they have that pain. It means they have that problem. It means that they are qualifying themselves through the sales pipeline process. It's a self-qualifying process. How cool is that? That's how awesome this captivating one-liner is, because people who aren't interested or don't have that pain are going to ignore it. They're not going to become clients anyway. Those who click on it and engage with you around it are the ones that have that pain. And that's where you're going to start to create a discussion. Now they know who you are. They've read your article. They have the pain. They see you credible. They see this well-designed article or video, whatever it happens to be. You take them to that point. Then you send them a professional insight message like I showed you last week on LinkedIn via direct message. now your responses are going to go through the roof because you've already established your credibility in the setup process, in your invitation and acceptance message. Awesome. Hey guys, that is what we're going to start to do. So madge3.com, read my ebook for homework. And what we're going to do now is go into the Q&A, and then we're going to start for just a few minutes. And then for about 20 minutes, I'm just going to put you into a call, right? Together, a breakout group. And I want you to take that, go into that breakout group, connect with each other on LinkedIn, add to trusted connections, and then one of you create a chat circle with all three of you in that particular group. I hope this makes sense, guys. We're starting to get into the good stuff. We're starting to really start coming together. Once you built this, you don't have to do it again for many, many months. Once you do it, all you do is you just follow the process and you just sit diligently and you go, right, it's the usual time. Scotty's droning on in the background. He's doing a Q&A because you're always going to listen to my first half an hour, obviously. Scotty's droning on about his Q&A. I'm going to quickly do 20 invitations on LinkedIn. Invite. Let me check my acceptances. Let me send my invitation message. That's going to take you 5 minutes to do all of that. So quick. Then while that's happening, you're going to choose those who have clicked on your article or choose the high quality, those highest quality ones. And you're going to do 5 or 10 professional insight messages every week. Oh my gosh, guys, if you're getting to the point where you're doing 5 to 10, even 15 professional insight messages every week, I say 12 to 15 is a really good number. It's just going to, you can't go wrong, guys. You're going to start getting to the point where you're going to get so much better traction on LinkedIn. Then we're going to sit down. We're going to talk about how to convert those through things like LinkedIn voice messages, getting onto the phone, what to do in a sales call, all that kind of stuff. So very, very, very exciting stuff to come. Awesome, guys. For those of you who can't join us, please join us next time. We'd love to have you on these calls. And for the rest of you, stay on, and we're going to break into breakout rooms.